Healing Hearts is our grief program for children ages 5 to 18 who have experienced the loss of a loved one. It could be a recent loss, it could be a loss from the past where feelings are now starting to surface. We provide a space for children and teens to be able to relate to each other in this grief journey.
We meet 4 times each semester. The kids stay in the same cohort the entire time so that they can really build relationships with each other and trust, and they can be more vulnerable that way. We found that that really works well. So each of the 4 sessions we focus on a different topic. So we start off by talking about memories of our loved one, and then we go into the next session, which we talk about emotions, and then we discuss coping skills during the 3rd session, as we think that's a really important part of this program because we want to give them coping skills as they move on. And then the last time we talk about memories again and how they can continue on their loved one's legacy.
While our children and teens are meeting, the caregivers also are in class, and that is so that they understand what we are working with their children on in their peer groups. It's very difficult supporting a child who's grieving while you are also grieving. And so having that group of people in the adult caregiver group go through the same sorts of activities and experiences that we're doing with their children, it enables them to continue the work at home and in between sessions.
One of my favorite activities that we do is this activity with the masks, and it really helps our teenagers process their emotions. On the outside, we talk about emotions that they feel that everybody else can see maybe, or things that they show the world. So they're feeling happy, they try to put on a smile, but on the inside, maybe things are a little bit different, and they're sad and they're crying in their room by themselves, and they are lost without their loved one. And so I love that activity because it helps them to process those emotions on the inside that we don't always want to talk about.
If you are supporting a child who has experienced a loss, whether they're showing you that they're struggling or they're not, they are processing grief. They are on a journey. So I really encourage, especially our teenagers, just get them in the door and then let us take over from there, because we're not going to pressure them to talk about anything that they don't feel comfortable talking about. Instead, we're going to create the space. We're going to create a safe space. We're going to allow them to be vulnerable, and we're going to let them speak and process this at their own pace, because that's really what it's about, meeting them where they are, while also just letting them know they're not alone. There's a lot of other children and teens experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing.
We've heard a lot of parents that have said that their kid has been a lot more open to talk about their loss and talk about their feelings after our program, which is always exciting for us to hear, because that's the whole reason that we do this program, is we want kids to be able to process their grief and those emotions and share them with their caregivers as they work through this together.